The Partial Breakaway Podcast with your hosts Nick and Junior and producer Vince, bringing you elite fantasy hockey information to help you win your fantasy leagues and win at life.
Episode 104 of the Partial Breakaway Fantasy Hockey Podcast. And tonight, it's the Battle of Alberta. We will preview the Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames. I'm Junior. This is Nick to my right, and to his right is producer Vince.
I feel like I should have maybe worn cowboy hats today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that works.
Yeah,
We're done with the theme of the episode.
Yeah, well, instead we decided to mismatch colors on the episode. And,
the three, they like don't go together at all, these three, but it's okay.
Exactly.
Neither do we.
makes a lot of sense.
Oh my
We can
god.
barely stand each other, but we still have a show together.
And you know what else we have together? Social media.
Social media. We're also let's say the social media part, at Partial Break Pod. Please subscribe and like on YouTube because that always makes us feel a little bit better. Follow us on X,
Instagram and TikTok at Partial Break Pod. A reminder, Nick's going to talk about it in two seconds here, but a reminder that if the only way to win our new hockey pool, you'll have to be either a follower or subscribed. A follower on our socials or subscribed on YouTube.
We're starting to fill up slowly. I know that we still have a few weeks to go here. Like we have about a month to go.
Let's be fair. Football season just started today, so I mean everybody was concentrating on that fantasy football type their league. So now that's passed. So I mean,
but we still have
for the first week of promotion. I think we're doing really well in our league.
And we promise we don't occupy all the teams that are registered.
No. But I have 5 teams. No, I have 3 teams. Sorry. I have 3 teams.
Wow.
Vince, you have 3 teams.
Yep.
I haven't registered yet. Well, I have a team, but I haven't registered anything yet. I'm going to have a couple.
I think one of our listeners got 5 teams.
Yep.
Another one got another 5 teams.
Listen, you can go one.
It adds up.
Okay, so tell us about it. Like, tell the listeners about it. What do you mean they have 5 teams? Why? Like, can people have more than one team?
Right. So this is a pick'em strategy type pool where you have a weekly lineup and you pick a roster that has to stay under the cap, and the cap is 35 million. So you can't have McDavid and Draisaitl and Nazem Kadri and you keep going and going, right? So, but Dustin Wolf may be a good pick, with his low salary. So it's real salaries that are in the NHL, and you have to kind of create a weekly lineup with that.
The weekly lineup is what, Nick? How many positions are we looking at that we got to pick?
2 centers, 2 left wings, 2 right wings, 2 defensemen. Like very easy to remember.
And
1 goalie.
So this all has to stay under 35 million.
And has to stay under 35 million. So we've been dabbling around a little bit, right? Like, I think that the Montreal Canadiens are starting off the season with 3 games in the first week.
Yeah.
So, maybe go heavy on guys like Suzuki and who knows, right? But everybody's going to have a different strategy. Everybody's going to have a chance to win at this. And even if you get a major injury, for example, to give you an idea, I lost Worthy in my fantasy football pool. On the first play, he bumped into his own teammate who just got engaged
to Taylor Swift.
You
might know him.
And he ruined his shoulder. So now he's out for at least 4 weeks. So you're not going to have that problem in this league, because in this league,
he's out 1 week.
He's out 1 week. You replace him, and that's it. So anyways, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to employ different strategies on all my different teams. You could own as many teams as you're willing to pay for. And we're going to have prizes at the end.
Yep. And hopefully on social media at one point, we're going to send out a link or something where people can just click register.
We've already done that.
See what the league is all about.
We've sent it out on all social media platforms already. Yeah. On Twitter.
I think just on Instagram, I didn't put it
yet. Oh, okay. On Instagram, we haven't put it yet. And I think you're in charge of Blue Sky. Did you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So
we have an account on Blue Sky. Okay, guys, before this episode runs 2 hours, all that to say, join our league. And one little extra thing to mention is if you do want more than one team, you'll just have to notify us.
Yeah, DM us, send a message,
and we'll make sure that happens. We kind of have to do something internally before you can have access to
it's
more
manual
than one team.
workaround.
Okay, guys, the Edmonton Oilers,
Boom, boom, boom.
Ooh,
back
Stanley
to
Cup
back
finalists.
back to back Stanley Cup losers. Who's in? Who's out? Let's start with who's out. Evander Kane, Jeff Skinner, Sam O'Reilly, Arvidsson, Connor Brown, and Corey Perry. This offseason, they signed Emerson and Kampanen and Frederick to extensions. They also signed Evan Bouchard to 4 years, 10.5 million AAV.
Merited.
They brought in Manjapane, Lazar, and they acquired Isaac, right?
Ike.
Isaac,
He wants to be called Ike Howard.
Ike Howard
There we go.
from Tampa Bay, who was looking for a trade. So
You want to be called Producer Vince? We call you that.
let's dive in, Nick. Like, what does the top six look like with all these changes now? I mean, there's a few top 9 players that were out of this lineup.
And McDavid hasn't signed an extension.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that. I think that's important.
No, not really. Not for this season. He's still signed.
Yeah.
Toronto fans are salivating.
That's true. Actually, that's true. So, I mean, in the top 6, you have people that play with McDavid, and you have people that play with Draisaitl, and that seems to be the way it works. Now, one guy I was actually pretty impressed with near the end of last season was Vasily Podkolzin, and he's playing with the Draisaitl. He's a big boy. He makes room out there. I really like that combination because Draisaitl's a big boy himself. So who do we put on the side of that? Well, probably according to Daily Faceoff, it's going to be Matthew Savoie. And Matthew Savoie is their top prospect who they acquired from... Are you done? Matthew Savoie is their top prospect who they acquired from Buffalo. And they also acquired Ike Howard that you mentioned from Tampa Bay, who's going to be probably, according to Daily Faceoff again, playing with McDavid and Hyman. We also have an Ike Howard in our Dauber Prospect League.
Yep. Newly acquired
as well. So we'll see. Like, I don't know. How do you guys feel about these guys? Because Hyman has scored goals in bunches before, right? Savoie is a little bit of an unknown in the NHL. We don't know what's going to happen. Ike Howard is a little bit of an unknown in the NHL. So really, you're banking on Draisaitl, McDavid, and then who has a chance to join that top 10? RNH, Manjapane,
I'll give it maybe a week, 2 weeks before Nugent Hopkins is back on the top 6 for sure on the wing. I don't think Savoie, Howard, or Podkolzin can all keep up with those top players on the top 6. So I think
a lot of moving parts.
I think Nugent Hopkins is the first guy who's going to move up to that top 6 very easily. Probably probably on Draisaitl's line because they had good chemistry at some point. Then McDavid's line because you already have Hyman on McDavid's line. So, but who's out there? I don't know who. I mean, they're young kids. Howard and Savoie are really young. So, how much of a leash do they have? It's a competing team that's been in 2 finals. I mean, I don't think the leash is very long for these young players to show that they can play in the top 6.
I think those young guys are more suited to play with Draisaitl than they are with McDavid. I find McDavid is a really hard player to play with. And it sounds stupid because he's the best player in the world, but not everybody could play with him, just like not everybody could play with Crosby. And that's why Zach Hyman is perfect for him. They have that chemistry. They know how to play together already. The guy goes in front of the net and he gets all his goals there. I mean, so sometimes it's hard. Remember Dylan Holloway? He got a shot. He couldn't quite get the chemistry going. So a lot of these young guys, they find themselves usually on Draisaitl's line, and it makes it a little easier for them. This is a depleted middle 6. Like it's there's a lot of questions going into the new season.
What I will say though is that it's the deepest team in terms of centers, probably in any team in the NHL.
Yeah, if you keep Nuge at number 3, yeah.
And Henrique as a number 4?
Yeah.
Henrique could be a number 3 on most teams.
Yeah. But
right?
like Vince said, I don't think they have enough depth to put
on the wings
the Nuge as a number 3 center.
And that's fair. It's fair.
until we know what they have in Savoie and Howard.
Exactly.
So, I mean, needless to say, and I don't even think I need to look this up, McDavid is the best player in the world, right?
Yes.
Is he, though, going number one in fantasy drafts this year?
I think.
Some people are going to overthink it and take McKinnon, but I don't think that's necessarily the end of the world. I mean, in some leagues, McKinnon outproduced McDavid last year. In fact, I think it was even most leagues. And it's look, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong, but like you finally have a chance at McDavid. You take McDavid, no?
Yeah, I just feel that the gap has closed.
Yes, you're right.
So back in the day, we were looking at guys like McDavid, and he's a guaranteed first overall pick in any redraft league. But this year, or last year, I should say, Nathan McKinnon outproduced him. He had
You're right.
116 points, whereas McDavid only had 100 points. Let's just keep going, right? Who goes number 3 usually? Well, Draisaitl,
52 goals,
106 points, 52 of them were goals. He outproduced McDavid. So I'm not saying McDavid is not the best player in the world, guys. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that in a redraft league, if I have the number 2 pick, which I do, by the way, in this year's decent league, who do you take?
Well, it depends who first take. But I mean,
okay, but let's say McDavid goes, or let's say McKinnon goes first.
Then you take McDavid.
Oh yeah,
Guys, McDavid.
You take McDavid over Draisaitl, even though Draisaitl outproduced him.
Yeah, 100 points in 67 games. McDavid. Remember, McDavid lost out on 23 games.
But Draisaitl only played 71.
Yeah, but still,
That's very close.
But 4 games, you tell me McDavid couldn't get 6 points? Could have gotten 10 points.
It's the goals that really make the difference here.
But that's where the difference is. The difference is if you're in a league where goals count more than assists, then you obviously take Draisaitl over McDavid. But the problem with McDavid is you don't know if you're going to get the assist McDavid in 1 year or the goal scorer McDavid.
He scored 64 2 years ago.
Yeah, like you understand, like he scored 64, 32, and when he scored 32, he got 100 assists. So you don't know which McDavid you're getting, but with McDavid, you know you're getting 100 points. So top 3, I mean, you can't start arguing between McKinnon, Draisaitl, and McDavid.
I think it's a fair argument.
Yeah.
I think it's a fair argument to fight between them because Draisaitl had 52 last year, fine. 41 the year before, 52 the year before, 55 the year before. He's been the more consistent goal scorer and still putting up over 100 points per.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm bringing this up again is that this is relevant for people that are drafting in fantasy leagues in the top of the lineup.
It's all it's how you league. It's very important in any fantasy league when you're drafting. It's very important to be aware of the scoring system in your league. If your scoring system is you're getting more points for goals than assists, then
I feel most of them are.
It depends. Some of them could be 1-1, but if you are, which I do believe most of them get more credit for goals, then you have to go for goal scorers before anything else.
And even on top of that too, like if there's shots on goal, McKinnon is like a shot on goal merchant. The guy, he always leads the league in shots. Draisaitl had 240 last year. McDavid only 197. I mean, look, if you're splitting hairs, you can.
That's what we're doing here, right?
You could find excuses to take everybody else, but
I think any 3 of these you're pretty much happy to get.
But just one final thing is just their best seasons. If they're all gonna have their best season, then McDavid's gonna outproduce them.
What about Matthews? Because he traditionally went top 3.
You know what
he'll drop, I think, in
my
in
thing with
drafts this
Matthews
year.
is losing Marner is a big hole in Matthews' game. I'm not saying
he's produced without Matthews.
Matthews
has
gonna
produced
drop
without Marner.
He's gonna
before.
drop and fall on somebody's lap, and that person's gonna laugh.
Yeah, but you can't say that Marner wasn't.
You're right.
His Robin on that team, right? So
Neither of them needed each other,
No,
but it did help
but
to
when
have.
they were together.
You're right.
They made more magic.
Yes,
They made more
exactly.
magic.
I'm just curious. It's more the power play. I'm curious now to see what happens on the power play.
Well,
Because they don't have that play.
Once we talk about Toronto, we'll talk about
it'll
Toronto.
be Nylander.
So, but
yeah.
Nick, Edmonton's power play. I mean,
Well, we should mention who's the quarterback in that power play.
yes, and mention that
he's
they-
$10.5 million richer.
they just have a PP1 because the PP2 doesn't count.
Well, okay, so this is PP1 and PP2. Okay, McDavid plays on both. Draisaitl plays on both. Bouchard plays on
Plays
both.
on both.
So,
Hyman probably plays on the first one.
Hyman on the first one, and when he comes off, probably RNH goes in.
Yeah.
And
Or
No, they're probably they're both playing actually.
well, on the first one, they're both playing
Yeah.
most likely. And then if let's say Hyman needs a little bit of a breather, then you might have like a Podkolzin go in, or you might have someone else go in. But really, those are the guys, right?
And-
you want to own the top power play in this team.
And just to justify what you just said, Evan Bouchard, average time on power play 317. Nugent Hopkins 307. Connor McDavid 313. Zach Hyman 309. Leon Draisaitl 317. The power play goes one way, and it's with those five guys. Plain and
Absolutely.
simple. Plain and simple.
And it's not like anybody. Do you see anybody in that
Well,
backhand taking?
Jake Wallman had a pretty good season last year when he went with Edmonton. What do you guys think about him?
So Wallman actually is a good PP2 guy.
Mhm.
And I do think that he's gonna maybe spell Bouchard when Bouchard needs a breather,
Mhm.
right? It's just unfortunate that when he was in San Jose, he was the top dog.
Yeah.
Right. He goes to Edmonton. He's no longer the top dog. He's still a productive player. He's still a good player.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he's really gonna shine the way he would have if he would have been on a team that didn't have a Bouchard,
Yeah.
for example. But if Bouchard gets injured, maybe this is your handcuff or your guy that comes in and takes over that top power play.
It's not a bad second choice.
Look, Edmonton was 12th in power play
Mhm.
percentage last year. I mean, you would expect them to be number one with all these superstar players that they have. You would have expected them to be much higher than this. It goes to show that sometimes, you know, different players have different strengths. But Edmonton 12th, it's still top half of the league at least. Are we looking to maybe have that improve a bit now that Bouchard is signed?
Yeah, but Bouchard was there last year.
Yeah.
I just feel they lost. I don't think they lost anybody on the power play one because I mean,
What did Skinner do?
sometimes Perry will be there or would have been there or something. So I just think McDavid missing, McDavid only playing 67 games hurt that power play. I mean, you miss 23 games with McDavid, your power play is gonna decrease. It's normal. So I expect the power play to be back in the top 6 this year.
Look, it's fair.
Is it 23 or 13 games?
6-7 games he played. So 6-7,
I suck at
77.
math.
77.
I was told there would be no math.
15 games.
15
15
games.
games. Like their depth, man. I mean, even if they wanted to ruffle the feathers a bit and change
Okay.
things up, who are they adding? It's
But-
got to be the Podkolzin, and it's got to be maybe Ike Howard. Like,
I'll be honest with you. The person that I think they're gonna miss is Arvidsson.
Mhm.
I think he was more of the reliable winger that could have put in some goals. Although he didn't do great, he was still Arvidsson. But other than that, Jeff Skinner was
Didn't pan out the way they hoped.
and,
right. So I don't see them having lost much, and they're getting younger. Younger is not always a bad thing.
And you also have to look at it that, in my opinion, two of their players really regressed, but like fell off a cliff last year, which is Nugent Hopkins and Zach Hyman. Like Zach Hyman had 44 points. I
so
think.
do you,
he had
do you
50
expect a
goals.
little resurgence?
Yeah,
or?
especially from Nugent. 49 points is a little low for me, from Nugent Hopkins. So I do believe these two players will get more points. But the problem is, if you look on that second line, you have Podkolzin who got you 24 points and Manjapane who got 28 points last year with Washington. So I think they're one injury away from disaster.
I think Manjapane is an interesting player to look at
Mhm.
in as a deep sleeper, right? This year, because like you said, there's no guarantee that Matt Savoie is going to be on the
No.
top 6. There's no guarantee that Ike Howard is going to be on the top 6. So I'm looking at this team and I'm saying Manjapane has a chance. You know, he's kind of played a little bit of that role in Calgary in the past, not necessarily right now, but I don't know. It's interesting. Their goaltending, though,
Oh man,
has some red flags.
their goaltending is the reason McDavid will not sign an $8 million, an 8-year deal.
8-year deal. Yeah.
Because Nick, you
Guys,
can't, you
I'm
can't.
I'm concerned for
Yeah.
Edmonton.
Yeah.
I'm concerned. I think
I think Stuart Skinner showed his real self last year, which is inconsistency and not a top goalie. And I mean, do you really think Calvin Pickard is the number one goaltender?
But not just that. Like, I get it. You have McDavid and you have Draisaitl. You just lost back-to-back finals. Your goaltending wasn't great. You didn't address it. Your defensive core is all right. You didn't, but you just lost depth and you replaced it with youth.
Mm.
So what does that tell you? Where are we going? Like, I want to win, and you're not addressing our weaknesses. So like, it's concerning, and at the same time, like, I don't know, like, take less if you want to build a team around, right? Draisaitl got paid, Bouchard got paid. David's going to want to get paid.
That doesn't
But
exist.
Elliot Freeman did say, though, that the amount that McDavid would settle for in Edmonton is not going to be what, if he goes to the open market, what he's going to accept, regardless of where he goes. So McDavid, he's like, Edmonton does have the edge on getting him on a smaller AAV, but
Yeah, but that small AV will be on a smaller yearly contract because I don't believe Stan Bowman is managing this team the way it's supposed to be. This is your open window. You saw in your two finals that you have a huge problem in nets, and you haven't done anything.
Well, let's give the listener some context here, right? So 51 games played for Skinner.
Mhm.
He had 26 wins. So if your league counts wins, it's not a bad number.
It's not bad.
But an under 900 save percentage, and 2.81 goals against average, 3 shutouts. So it just goes to show that, okay, Skinner wasn't necessarily a top goalie, but he does
was
okay
average.
when, he does average. And then Calvin Pickard comes in, and Pickard had
He had 36 games played, 22 wins, 10 losses,
a better save percentage.
2.71 goals against, which is better than Stewart, and 900 save percentage.
So,
His goals saved above expected, that was -8.
but both of them goals saved about
Oh, it's
expected
negative.
are negatives.
Yeah.
So it's not a great situation, but if your league doesn't care about save percentage, and if your league doesn't care about goals against average, or doesn't penalize you for goals against, and you just care about wins, this is not a bad player maybe to own in that regard, or like late in your drafts, right?
Yeah.
If you guys allow me, I just wanted to mention they're ranked 31st in Corey Pronman's prospect pool. I think there's 32 teams in the NHL.
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
Yeah, you got that right,
you got
Nick.
that
Did you
right.
do your homework?
No. But 31st, according to Corey Pronman. And the guy that they have first is
Savoie.
Savoie, who we just spoke about. He's
And then-
5'9".
And then they have Ike Howard.
And then they have Ike Howard.
Newly acquired.
Newly acquired. Like, that's their top two. And then the third guy is expected to play maybe a couple of NHL games. Samuel Johnson, and he's a goalie.
He's a goalie. Yeah.
And he's not expected to be anytime soon. And there's no...
No, but this
He
is
could be a starter, but
this is a
great.
typical prospect pipeline when
a contending team.
when you're a contending team, right?
Yeah.
Because you're giving these prospects a way to help you in the playoffs. So it's normal, but it's just I don't know where they're gonna get this depth if one guy goes down. Like as soon as Ekholm goes down on defense, their defense is shattered. So I'm a little worried about Edmonton.
I think this was the easiest article, by the way, that Corey Pronman has ever written. He has these 3 guys that we just mentioned.
and that's it.
And then he said, chance to play, honorable mention. And then he lists about another 3-4 guys. And that's it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's listen, Edmonton. You can never count them out because they have the 2 best players in the NHL.
In a way, though, I do think that it was smart what they did in going out there and getting some youth through trades, because drafting, forget it.
No.
But they got some youth through trades, at least to give them a little bit of that shot of like...
What I think the thought process is we're good enough to make it to the playoffs. So why not rejuvenate a little bit, and then at the deadline go get the pieces we need to really make a push. And I think that's what's going to end up happening
If they have cap space.
They should. But I'm concerned, and I'll save it for later when we do the closing thoughts. But
well, before you move on, because I know you're looking to move on, let's talk about cap space for like 3.5 seconds.
You have it?
No problem. Here.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, good.
So their current cap space is 225,000.
How many roster players?
Right
23?
now, they have 23
23.
out of 23
Okay.
active roster players.
Wow.
Their
contracts.
deadline cap, which by the way, I just learned about this on Puckpedia. This is a really cool feature. If they keep all their players, because you know how the cap gets paid daily in the NHL, so the cap space actually changes the deeper you go into the season. Your cap actually increases.
Really?
Yeah. So because of that, listener Batista showed me this actually, and he goes, the deadline cap space for them is going to be $1 million at the trade deadline. So still not enough to get somebody, but it's just food for thought.
That Darnell's contract is not looking good.
Well, he's a good player in the sense that if his contract was $6 million, nobody would ever be saying that his contract isn't good.
This has the potential to be the last ride. Skinner, Picard, Stetcher, Kulak, Wallman, Ekholm, Kapanen, Henrique, McDavid, all on the final years of their contract. They can either blow it up completely after this, or have cap space to do even more. So it'll be interesting to see.
I think that's where McDavid's decision comes in. Is that he wants to see how that gets all set.
Yeah.
And I know it's not fantasy relevant, but I'm curious to know what the dynamic is going to be, because you're entering the seat like from both the player's perspective and the team. Now you have Connor McDavid. You're going into the season. He doesn't have a contract. Let's say they start the season. McDavid doesn't have a contract. You're approaching the deadline.
You don't trade McDavid.
Right? But then is he that good that he can get a crazy return as trading his rights?
You'll never get enough.
Right?
So you'll always lose that trade.
But how far back do you go if you don't bank on him? You know what I mean?
You have to bank on him.
You have to.
Like if you're a betting man, and some people are on DraftKings, by the way, promo code THPN. If you're a betting man, you put all your chips with the talent. And who's the most talented player in the league? McDavid. You don't put all your chips in trading McDavid to get 5 Matthew Savoys and 5 first-round draft picks, who none of them will ever equal to that value.
I just think a lot of teams that are turning the corner are well set up to be good for a really long time and afford a contract like McDavid. And that's where it's going to be interesting.
All right. Are we getting now to the exciting part of the Edmonton Oilers?
That wasn't exciting.
Are you ready?
All right.
Are you ready? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here is the over-unders of the Partial Breakaway podcast for the Edmonton Oilers, where Nick and Junior will just give you false information. All right, first guy we're going to talk about. Stuart Skinner. He's gonna. No, I'm kidding.
Stuart.
Oh man, that would have been.
That would have been good. Actually, you know what? We're gonna add it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
what people want to know. That.
All right. McDavid.
I want to know.
McDavid.
Yeah.
Over under 129.5 points.
Who goes first?
Nick.
Slightly under.
Slightly under. Junior.
Under.
Ooh, nice contract year, you guys, man.
I don't think he
he
needs a
cares.
contract.
Draisaitl.
He'll get the max no matter what.
54.5 goals. Over or
Holy
under?
moly, that's a big number, man. Oh, he said 55 before.
Well, last year he got 52.
in 71 games. Stamming. I'm gonna go with under.
Under 50. Does he still hit 50?
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close.
Nick?
I'll say 55 on the dot.
55 on the dot. So that's over for Nick. Okay, so talking about the young players that are getting an opportunity to play in this lineup. Ike Howard, over under 54.5 points.
Whoa, that's like elite rookie level.
So
But he's older. He's older.
To us, just so listeners know, to us a good rookie season is 50 points and over. That's
Elite rookie season.
That's a really good rookie season.
Not generational rookie
No.
like Bedard's and stuff,
No,
but like
a good rookie season. So Ike Howard, what do we think, Nick?
I don't think he plays 82 games.
Ooh.
I think that he's going to have a little bit of a rookie treatment, and he might only play half the games. and that's why I'm going to say under. Not
Yeah.
because I don't believe in his talent overall, but I just think it's an under.
Junior?
I thought you were gonna go the McGroarty route. You know,
I was gonna just say, does this feel a bit like the McGroarty, a guy who thinks he's a bit too good for himself, that is really not ready to play in the NHL, but makes him believe.
But
By the way,
he-
McGroarty, if you're listening to this podcast, I'm going to tell you exactly where he lives. All right, just like Mitch Marner at the end of
he's less
Toronto.
vocal. It's been less of a distraction than McGroarty was. McGroarty, like, it was clear cut. He even like pretended to be a Jets fan. Remember, I don't know when he was drafted, but I think 54 is too high for a guy going into a team that's expected to win the cup, let alone make the playoffs.
And that's where I'm going to. I don't think it's
So going under.
Under, yeah.
All right. Hyman.
for that reason, guys. Should we keep him on our
Minors,
in our minors this year
Yeah.
in Dauber prospects?
can we sign in season?
Yeah, as long as they. I think you have no choice. If they play 50 games, you have to promote them.
Pum, pum,
It'll be
pum.
interesting. I don't know, to be discussed.
So
Training
Hyman,
camp will
a
determine.
past 50 goal scorer, not too long ago, over under 29.5 goals.
Over.
Over. Oh, I feel this is Nick's bold take.
Nope.
Nope. Okay,
Nope.
so over.
Yeah, I think he'll
29.5.
hit 30 over.
Yeah, I think
Over.
30, maybe
So
Not
35.
much more, but he's there. He's
So
there.
last year, I think he hit
27 in
so
73 games
final one.
in an off year. Imagine.
Man who got paid after signing a bridge contract, Evan Bouchard, 69.5 points. Over or under? So Evan Bouchard, just to let
67 points last year in 82 games.
yeah. Oh no, I clicked on Darnell Nurse. Definitely not the guy I'm looking
He's
Yeah, if you're talking
You
about
got it?
Darnell Nurse, I mean, we could just put the under right away,
for. So Bouchard,
but paid almost as much.
82 points in 23-24, 67 points in 24-25.
what was the over under?
69.5.
I'll go over. I think he could hit 70. I
Yeah,
mean,
I think over
his
as well.
deployment is too
Over?
good.
Yeah.
I feel Bouchard, there's no one to even threaten him in that offensive skill.
Not to his ability.
No.
I mean, like Wallman, like we said, is a good offensive player, but not to Bouchard's ability. We're
And
talking
if
about
we all agree that
the bottom of the lineup
Yeah.
guy compared to
and if we all agree that their power play will be in the top 6, then Bouchard is getting those extra points.
Bonus. Does
Well-
Stuart Skinner get 25 wins this year?
I say yes.
Yeah, of course he gets. He plays with the Edmonton Oilers.
He only got 26 last year.
Yeah,
I think he continues that 1A, 1B
Yeah.
rotation.
I bet they're gonna go with the
Um,
hot hand, but
That's a good question. It's a good question because if he plays less than Picard plays more, then
I don't think. I think that the Picard.
I had a better question, but I
I
wasn't
thought-
sure you guys would feel the same way, so I didn't ask it.
I
But
really thought that Gibson would be the person that.
Oh, Nick's wet for the wrong reasons.
I really thought Gibson would be the person that they would have gone after. Oh,
Yes.
it's seeping into my.
Well, my original question was going to be: do you think Stuart Skinner is the starting goaltender come to when the season ends, whether it's playoffs or not? Is he the starting goalie for this team?
Wow. they're gonna have no choice.
Yeah, they have no cap space.
They have no
right?
cap space to get anybody else.
Okay,
so-
Nick, before you dry up there, let's do our bold takes quickly.
Let's go.
Okay, I'll start with Vince so you can just gather your.
Ooh, are you guys ready for my bold take? All right, my bold take. I'm gonna tell you.
Do we need to get the glasses out, or it's not a boom?
I think it's a boom. McDavid hits 170 points
What the?
this year.
That's ridiculous.
Stupid.
170 points.
That's not even a bold take. That's just
That's like out of the ordinary.
What are you talking about? What he hit 153 playing 82 games.
Yeah, how many more do you think he's gonna play? 82.
He's more mature.
He's gonna play 90 this year.
It's a
He's gonna
contract.
be traded to Toronto.
It's a contract year. 170 points.
That's wacko, man. That's wacko.
I'd say 170 points.
You know
on
what?
McDavid.
Bold takes, bold predictions are
meant to be
supposed.
wacko.
Yeah, they're meant
No,
to be
they're not
like
meant to be
you're not
that
supposed to
wacko.
get so many.
They're
Like
not, they're not supposed to be
easy.
Stuart Skinner wins 26 games.
Okay. Before my floors get all sticky, Nick.
We're gonna pull up a mop here.
Bold. Do you want to skip it?
no, I want to hear that he makes fun of my bold take. Go, what's your bold take?
All right, I think it would have been bold enough if McDavid goes to 150. But what I'm going to say is Draisaitl hitting 65 goals this year.
Wow. Wow.
That's just stupid.
It ain't quite Matthews' 69 goals, but
People have done it before.
65 is good. Okay. I'm going to go a different direction. The Edmonton Oilers will not make the playoffs. And no, hear me out. And I think...
Go get them off, Nick. Go get them.
Hear me out. First of all, the distraction of McDavid not signed is huge. We're not talking about a regular player on the team. We're talking about the best player in the world. That's a major distraction that if he's not signed going into the season, the media is going to be talking about it all the time. I know McDavid can handle it, but can the players in the room handle it? I'm not sure about that. Whatever, something minor. The Olympics. McDavid has never been to one Olympic in his life. He's dying to be at the Olympics. Any small lingering issue, the guy is not playing an NHL season game. If he has a small injury that 99% of the time he's going to play, he's not going to play because he needs to be at the Olympics. And the same goes for Draisaitl. I think the Olympics, the fact that he's not signed, I think this could be a disaster for the Edmonton Oilers this year. It's a bold prediction for a reason because it's unlikely, but I can see this season being completely derailed for the Edmonton Oilers.
Wow, I don't know. I think yours is more ridiculous than my 170.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, and
I agree.
To be fair, I don't think the Oilers are the only thing. I just think it's gonna be one of those seasons where so much crap is gonna happen that was unexpected because of all these variables, especially the Olympics. It's going to be something else.
Well, Oilers fan, I guess we're just going to wait and see what's going on now.
On that note,
what's the second team we're talking about?
DraftKings.
Right, huh?
DraftKings.
Oh. Okay.
Producer, prepare yourself.
Everybody just left me and said, hey, Vince, just take the show on your own because apparently Nick doesn't know how to handle a drink and spill it all over the floor. So let's see if we've got this updated script. All right. So let me see if I got it. All right. We're going to make it bigger. Football is back, and so is your shot at the big wins. With DraftKings Pick 6, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. Your game day instincts can score you real money fast. Here's the play. Just pick more or less.
I'm distracting you. I'm sorry.
Nick is mopping the floor and I have no idea what he's doing. And this is not the pick 6 that we have to do.
Oh boy.
Come on, Nick.
Well, it's a good thing you're editing after.
It's a good thing we're all editing. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, your season, your shot, the NFL season is rolling, and every touchdown can bring you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. From first touchdown scores to anytime touchdown props, or the thrill of live in-game betting, every snap is loaded with opportunity. New customer, this one is for you. Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, score over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first $5 bet. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday tickets/terms. Limited time offer.
Now that we cleaned we brought out the Zamboni and cleaned the floor, we can start talking about the second team, and that is the Calgary Flames,
who don't need to worry about the Olympics being.
Well, Dustin Wolf. No,
He's going to be a third goalie at most. I mean, there's Hellebuck, Ottinger, Swayman.
Yeah, you're right. It's true.
All right, so Calgary Flames.
So who's in and who's out, Junior?
That's a good question. I had it here somewhere, but okay. So who's in? Impact of changes. Let's see. Zane Parek's going to be there full time.
You think?
I think so.
Okay, go.
I think so. We'll get into that when we talk about the defensemen. Honestly, I don't have it here. I'm not going to lie. Let me just go. Vladar is out.
Vladar's off. Morgan Frost and Farabee.
They got traded last year, right?
So they're in for full season.
Sorry about that. Nick completely shattered our preparation. Okay, so Connor Zary just recently signed I believe it was 3-year extension at just under $4 million. I think that's actually really good for fantasy GMs in cap leagues. That's a pretty good contract. He's going to see a lot of minutes, and he's probably going to be on the top line or top 6. Who else is there? Morgan Frost is still on the team.
Yes.
It was the other guy. Farabee's gone, right?
No, he's still there.
Oh no, they acquired both together. Yeah,
Farabee and Frost.
Nothing changes in terms of forwards. On defense.
Kevin Ball, they acquired from New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and everything else is more or less.
Connor Zary just signed.
Yeah, that's what.
I just mentioned that.
Sorry, I was busy.
And Ivan Prosvetsov is probably going to be the backup. I think that's a little. I mean, we'll see, but he's still 26. But I think that needs to be improved. I think they need a veteran to back up Wolf. But generally speaking, the Calgary Flames didn't do much. Neither should they have done much, considering where they are in their rebuild, retool. Who knows, right? But there's some interesting players that are still worth talking about. Some that are seasoned vets that make good contract, make a lot of money, but still produce, but not to the level of their contract, I guess. And then there's some young guys coming up that are going to produce above what their salary is worth, right? So, Nick, take us to the top 6 if you're nice and dry.
I'm just going to say that I made this show, but
yeah,
when we hit 100 views, it's not because we were talking about McDavid.
It's because of those white shorts.
So
because
now
they're no longer white, my friend.
So while we still have them,
yes, okay. Nazem Kadri, top line center on this team right now. The veteran and captain Michael Backlund, as they're projected as their second line center right now. Matt Coronado is a good young player that seemed to have come out of his shell a little bit last year. Connor Zary just signed the contract that we just mentioned, also came out of his shell a little bit last year. So they're giving these opportunities to some of these young guys. Jonathan Huberdeau is their pricey veteran winger who is still one of the best setup guys in the league. But unfortunately, he's not finding himself in the best situation as Calgary is still kind of in that building phase of their rebuild. Blake Coleman rounds up the top 6, playing with Michael Backlund, and they're pretty much tied at the hip. Now, what's interesting this year is that Joel Farabee, he's going to be on this team.
Yeah.
And he has but he has an opportunity to kind of move up on that.
Yeah.
Into that top 6, perhaps.
There's a lot of spots available for younger guys to earn,
That's right. Morgan Frost gives them some depth up the middle, but I don't see him necessarily as a top 6 player. Sharon Govich has had spurts of goal-scoring ability, and then that's pretty much it. Martin Pospisil, I think, had waiver wire
implications last year.
Because he was playing on the top 6 when somebody got injured.
He's got good peripherals, too.
Good peripherals. Ryan Lomberg on the bottom there. We also have Rasmus Anderson, who we don't know if he's going to be traded or not on the defense. Mackenzie Weegar is their top defenseman. Kevin Ball came out of nowhere, and he's actually been a pretty good hitter in the back end, but not much of a point getter. Joel Hanley, Jake Bean, Braden Paschal. We're talking about guys that are.
I feel this defense is going to change all depending on how training camp goes. If Perek has a good training camp, I think Anderson is the one that's going to go for them to try to strengthen their forward depth, and Perek will take his position in defense. But or else,
Yeah, I just don't know if like Perek is a great offensive prospect, one of the best. But defensively, compared to Rasmus Anderson, it's a big drop off.
like, can we agree that
I mean-
this team will go as far as Dustin Wolf brings them, or is it not going to be?
I think this team's not going to go anywhere this year. I'll be quite frank.
Well, that's what we said last year, but that's what I'm saying. Dustin Wolf had the season he had, and
Yeah.
made them somewhat contention for playoffs. So
At one point, they were sniffing a
yeah.
playoff
So
spot.
are we
Yeah.
looking at the same thing this year? I mean, that if Dustin Wolf has the season he had, because I mean, it is the Dustin Wolf is playing 60 games.
Look, they had 96 points last year.
yeah, exactly.
You know,
it
it's not
wasn't too
bad.
shabby, but like I said, Dustin Wolf's playing 60 games. I mean, he's not playing less than that. Who's the backup?
Prosvetov
Oh yeah, I have Cooley as a
and
backup.
Devin Cooley is probably going to be the third goalie, but I don't know. I think they need another guy there, but
Their power play has to improve.
I think
What was
just
their
to
power play
touch
19th.
19.
I think to touch on Perek a little bit, they have Daniel Miromanov last year that
Mhm.
I thought could have a decent opportunity because he's like fully offensive, but didn't capitalize on it. I mean, if you swap Miromanov for Perek, I don't think you're losing much.
Oh no, I think Perek is
So-
actually the much better player.
Yeah. So, and then if you put Perek on your power play, then now your power play I think improves quite a bit.
It's all about to see what happens with Rasmus Anderson. When does he get traded? You know,
And what they get in return.
and what they get in return exactly. Which I think there's going to be futures. I don't think they're going to get an NHL player.
I think they'll get a depth player and a future player. I don't think they're not getting a top 6 player. That's for sure.
All right. Well, I mean that's a pretty somber way of putting it,
but look at their power play, Nick. Tell us about their power play. Their power play. I mean, you're looking Kadri, Huberdeau.
So Kadri Huberdeau are pretty much the staples, right, on the top power play there, and that's pretty much all you could say is maybe written in stone.
Exactly.
I could maybe add Uyghur to that,
Yeah. If Perek's not there, obviously.
right?
Wouldn't you say Coronado should be a fixture on that first power play?
I would say yes, maybe because of lack of options, not so much because I'm really confident about it. Does that make sense?
Really?
You
You're
know-
not confident?
You're not confident Coronado can have like a breakout season this year?
17 power play points last year.
I'm not saying he's bad.
Third
It's-
best on the team. Fourth best on the team.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying that,
Yeah,
like,
I-
I told you even when we spoke about the top 6, I said Coronado had a breakout. I'm just not so sure if this was another team, if he would be getting these kind of opportunities. We're still talking about a player that had 47 points in total,
In 77
Mhm.
games, yeah.
right?
Look,
In
yeah.
77 games. So, like, if you could say that it was his rookie season, but
Yeah.
kind of not. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. He
I
only
like
had
that.
17 minutes of ice time.
I like that he ended his season on a high, 15 points in 21 games.
Yeah.
Hopefully that carries over from a young guy that's still developing. Usually,
And that's what's important for listeners to know, right? He did finish the year strong. If he carries that over,
Yeah.
there's a chance.
Listen, I believe Calgary is in a rebuild, not a retool. But I do believe the prospect line is something to be optimistic about. I mean, your number one prospect obviously is Zane Perek. Your second one is Cole Reshny, who got drafted this year, 18th overall. Then you have Colin Potter, who got drafted 32nd overall in 2025. Same. This is one player that I think they're still waiting to see if he can make that jump. Hunter
Brushkevich.
right-handed defenseman. He's 20 years old. He got drafted by Vancouver,
yeah.
but he's a big boy who has a bit of offensive skills to his repertoire, but he can't quite put it all together. So
He's not even 21 yet, though.
no, that's it. Then they have Gridden, a
like
right
that guy.
winger that they picked
Yeah, me too, I
28th
like him.
overall. Samuel Hanzek, he had his cup of tea in the NHL last year, 16th overall in 2023. So I feel if there's one player that's going to get called up this year, it's going to be him from the AHL. Jacob Battaglia, but once again, 19 years old, got drafted in 2024. And after that, there's just other names, but the pipeline and prospects is not a bad pipeline.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not great.
No, it's not.
They have
like Corey Pronman. Just sorry to interrupt, just because it's in the context, but Corey Pronman rated them the 17th best prospect pool, and that includes Coronado. He still has Coronado in the prospect pool. So if you take out Coronado from there,
So I think the problem with their pipeline is that there's no other than Perek. There's not enough elite prospects. They have a lot of NHLers, maybe middle six guys, and they don't have the star players upcoming that usually gets them in the top 10 of the prospect list. So that's what they got to work on. I don't even know if they have the assets to go get one of those.
they're still going to be a very fun team to watch, though. Like I think they're going to be a fun team to. I would love to see Wolf live, for example.
Oh yeah,
Right?
And Perek, if I think he
Perek
has
makes
to
it.
play. I don't.
But
You guys think there's a chance he doesn't play?
It's not up to. So it's not that he doesn't have a chance to play. If he comes into this lineup, he becomes one of the most prolific players they own, even as a rookie.
Yeah.
But that's not. It's what they feel his development should be. That's what it comes down to, right?
Yeah.
Should his development be here? Should it be in another year in the
AHL?
minors? And
Listen,
AHL.
Montreal got Hudson. They kept him, and Hudson played himself onto the team and stayed on the team.
Hudson was older though, I think.
Much older.
100%. So, listen, I think Calgary is just they're a floating team, but they have a goalie that can steal them wins, and with that, and last year they were there. So
They were there last year. They
Fantasy relevant players.
So wait, I just want to mention. You said that the goalie stole them wins. 29 wins in 53 games played. It's freaking good numbers.
Wow, that's why he almost won the Calder. If they were making the playoffs, he was going to win the Calder.
He had a 910 save percentage. He had a 30 quality starts, which is a 56% quality start percentage, and goals saved above expected, a whopping 12.74.
His GAA 2.64.
2.64 GA.
Solid.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Like, these are very good numbers for a goalie that's way too young to actually have been this successful.
Yeah.
And just to
way too small.
add to that
as well.
Those numbers are amplified because the Calgary Flames were 29th out of 32 teams in goals for.
Yeah.
So imagine you got a bit of scoring insurance, you know?
Yeah.
Are we ready for the most exciting segment without Nick spilling a drink?
I got so excited before I had to spill the drink. It was like a mic drop.
Let's hope.
But it was
You had a successful mic drop last
there
week.
was a soda in there, and it becomes a little bit sticky after a while.
All right, so let's start with Calgary, and I can apologize, but these numbers are not very high. But Nazem Kadri, 66.5 points, over under, Junior. So Nazem Kadri, before you answer, Junior, I will tell you, last year 67, the year before that 75, the year before that 56, and then with Colorado he hit 87. 34 years old, he'll be 35 in season.
What was the over under?
66.5.
Well, that's a good number. I was thinking 65. Give me the under.
Nick?
Just under.
Man,
Go under. I'll go under as
if
well.
he's going under there, they're going to be 32nd and goes for. Holy moly. Okay. Connor Zary, who we know just signed a contract. 2 seasons in the NHL. First season, 34 points in 63 games. Second season, 27 points in 54 games. Both years, he was pacing for 44 and 41 points. Connor Zary, over under 40.5 points. Nick.
Over.
Yeah, over as well.
Over. So you guys.
That's where I think it compensates.
Okay, so you think this could be a breakout season for Mr. Zary? The $1 million man or $10 million man, Jonathan Huberdeau. we're not going to go through his numbers with Florida because, they don't count. So Huberdeau, 55 points in 79 games, 52 points in 81 games, 62 points in 81 games. 64.5 points. Over or under? Junior.
Over.
Over 64.5 points. Nick?
Over as well. I think he goes back into the 70s.
In the 70s? Low 70s?
Yeah, you saw that he was deployed a lot more last year, and it improved his game. He was averaging 19 minutes and a half. In his other 2 years with Calgary, was 17 or less. So I think that's a big difference. And I think with Perek on the power play should boost his numbers too.
Coronado, who we just spoke about, he had 24 goals in 77 games. His over-under is 26.5 goals. Nick?
I'm going to say over. I mean, he had 24 last year, and he was on pace for more than that. So I'm going to say over.
Junior?
I'm going to go with over.
Over 26.5 goals. And finally, if Perek doesn't make the team, Mackenzie Weegar is their number one defenseman. So Mackenzie Weegar will be 32 in season.
Did you call him Mackenzie Weezer?
Like the Weezer, like the
Weezer,
band?
the Wizard. Zzz. 47 points in 81 games, 52 points in 82 games, 31 points in 81 games. Weegar, 44.5 points. Over or under?
Over. He had
Over.
47 last year.
And if Perek makes the team?
Look, for
If his
Perek
grandmother had no.
if Perek makes the team, obviously things change, but I still don't believe Perek's going to make the team. And is he going to really have the Lane Hudson effects where he takes over everything right off the bat? Like, it's a lot to ask for.
100%. Yeah. Junior?
I'll go with under. I mean, I said it. Perek should make the team, and even if he doesn't get power play to start, he'll get it later. Weegar had 21 points on the power play, so almost half his points were power play.
Mm-hmm.
If that changes even just 10%, he's not hitting that number. So give me the under.
Ooh, wow, that's a good over-under with no spills.
And no frills.
And no frills.
All right.
Bold takes.
Bold takes.
I'll go last because you guys made fun of my first one.
Yeah, but then Junior made his, and I was like,
Okay, so I'll go first. Fine.
Go. And this one's even bolder than the first one.
no, I don't know, man. Edmonton not making the playoffs with McDavid and Draisaitl is like,
Go.
Junior. Zane Perek will score 12 goals.
Zane Perek will score
This
12
year.
goals in DHL.
In the NHL.
Nick?
Jonathan Huberdeau goes back to his almost point per game ways.
You mother son of a bondagueño.
What?
I don't think that was English, Italian, Spanish,
You
or
just took
Greek.
my bold take.
So you said point per game?
I said point per game, yeah.
That's bold.
Point per game, Huberdeau.
While Vince gathers his thoughts, can we just give an honorable mention here to Vince for his beautiful drawings of the Edmonton Oilers logo and the Calgary Flames logo?
That's actually really well done.
Yeah,
Thank
really
work hard
good
on
job,
these
Vince. Good job.
Much better than the last.
You would be a good
few
cake
that you did.
decorator, I think.
Yeah, I'll pass on that. Listen, my bold take, since Nick took mine, well, if Huberdeau is going to be a point per game player, then Nazem Kadri will be a point per game player. So I see Nazem Kadri hits the over 80 points.
Well, there's something to look forward to, Calgary fans. Kadri and Huberdeau at point per game, Perek at 12 goals. I mean, that's a playoff.
If that happens, then they're definitely not going to finish 30th in goals for.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Please do not forget Instagram, X, and Twitter at Partial Break Pod. Our co-host Junior here is very active on Twitter, and some cool clips that he throws on there. Although some of them give me threats. It's like a little bit too much flashing.
It's the clip. I don't do those clips. They're naturally clipped. But yes, follow
Naturally.
us at Partial Break Pod, Instagram, TikTok, X, like, subscribe on YouTube. Reviews are very important on podcast platforms, and please download our episodes. One more reminder that I think Nick has wanted to mention.
We still have room in our listener league. Obviously, we're a month away from the actual season starting, so they're starting to fill up fast. So if you want to come in, you could have one team, you could have multiple teams. If you want to dip your toe in a pick'em league, it helps the show. It helps the other players and participants, and it makes us feel good that there's actually people that listen to us. And
and it's
wanna join our
it's not
listening
made for experts. Like, it could be anybody. You make a mistake one week, you could bounce back the week after. So it's for everyone and anyone. So you have nothing to lose other than nothing
guys,
to
that
lose.
was a good episode, other than the fact that I spilled Coca-Cola all over me.
Have a good night, peeps.
Have a good week, everybody.
And you're welcome for the entertainment.
Can't wait for your wife to see those white shorts.
Oh shit! I'm gonna wash them myself.